Admiral Broadway Revue, brought to you by your Admiral dealer, the man to see for Admiral dual temp refrigerators, Admiral electric ranges, Admiral radios, phonographs, and magic mirror television. It's the Admiral Broadway Revue. Starring Sid Caesar, with Mary McCarty, Imogene Coca, Marge and Gar Champion, Marilyn Day. Roy Atwell, Lila Ernst, Bobby Van, Judson Laird. Estelle Loring, Lauren Welch, Ross and Rana, Bobby Brandt, and Ronnie Cunningham. So, ring up the curtain.
Top of the evening to you. It's time for your Admiral Revue. To make each Friday sweeter than a honeycomb, we try to bring Broadway right into your home. The top entertainment for you. A topical musical that's new. But just before we clear the floor and ring up the curtain, we'd like to be certain you know where to shop. An Admiral is wonderful, the cost is low, but the quality's always the top. The Dynamagic radio phonograph, the modern Admiral electric range. Go out and treat your suite to a dual temp refrigerator. You'll get a kiss in exchange. The top of the evening to you. And now it's time to present the first scene. So keep your eye on your Admiral screen.
The Admiral Broadway Revue, this week with a happy blend of song, dance, and comedy, takes you for an inside look into show business.
What sends your name across the nation? What makes you tops? What sends you far? What makes John Doe an overnight sensation? What turns Miss Jones into a star? Showmanship.
Broadway glamour.
Showmanship.
Put your name up in lights.
It's that extra thing, that touch of glitter and glowmanship.
That magical touch.
If you got it, then everything clicks. If you haven't, it's back to the sticks. That golden touch that means so much, that showmanship.
It's standing room only.
What made Mr. Frohman a great showman?
When he came to fix the epic.
What made Mr. Ziggy a Broadway biggie? Showmanship.
Roll him in the aisle.
Showmanship.
Make a fly, make a smile. Sugar and spice and everything nice is showmanship.
It's the Tilda Groucho Marx cigar. It's Betty Grable's face. It's Frank Sinatra's baritone. It's Tallulah Bankhead's face. It's Durante Schnoz. It's Cantor's eyes. It's Chevalier's lower lip. It's sugar and spice. It's everything nice. It's showmanship. Showmanship.
Roll him in the aisle.
Showmanship.
Make him cry, make him smile.
It's sugar and spice. It's everything nice. It's showmanship. Charles. Really delightful place.
I knew you'd like it.
You should have brought me here before. I love it.
I saved it for tonight, Alice. I thought if there was something important I wanted to say to you, I'd like it to be here in the Perushki Tavern.
Now, Charles, that's sweet. And I'm sure I'd like to hear it in the Perushki Tavern. What is it, Charles?
Well, you see, I just thought that since tonight, you and I... Excuse me, we'd like to be alone.
But you are alone. Never mind me. I'm only the atmosphere. Go ahead, make love to her.
What were you about to say, Charles?
Darling, when I look at you, I see... Oh, I can't think.
What for you have to think? Let me inspire you.
Can't you sing somewhere else?
Yes, why don't you go to the next table?
Go to the next table? How could I go to the next table when I have not finished with this table? That would be a fine, how are you? Pick myself up in the middle of Orchichonia and go to the next table? What do you think he would say?
We're not interested.
See, you're not interested. Nevertheless, she's very interesting. So I will tell you. Pui! That's what he would say, pui!
That's what who would say?
Proznikov, master of ceremonies. Always he said to me, Boris, never leave table until you have finished complete repertoire.
But we're not in the mood for music.
Not in the mood for music? You are joking. Everybody who comes to Puroshki Tavern is in the mood for music. Music puts you in the mood for romance. Romance puts you in the mood for music. Music puts you in the mood for music.
Listen, if you must sing, couldn't we just settle for Sweet Sue?
Sweet Sue in the Puroshki Tavern?
Oh.
12 years I have sung in the Puroshki Tavern. Plenty customers come into Puroshki Tavern. Actors, thieves, racketeers, international spies, murderers, all kinds of celebrities. Plenty songs I sing in Puroshki Tavern. I sing Бубличка, здравствуйте, понимай, граница края ушла, здравствуйте, with the fringe on top. Well, never do I leave table without singing Orchichorny in Child's restaurant, yes, but not in Puroshki Tavern.
Will you take that guitar out of my face?
It's not a guitar. It's a balalaika.
It's a nuisance, that's what it is.
It's what? Donens. Do you know who played on this guitar?
No, and I don't care.
Do you know where he played on this guitar?
Well...
I don't answer. I will tell you. He played in the famous balalaika ensemble in the original Chaucerie. Oh, and you know how he played on this beautiful instrument? Beautiful. That's how he played that instrument. Ah, what a performance. It was wonderful. First, the great gypsy singer Lubitschka, she would come down, she would sing, and then there would come the belly dancers, they would be leaping and jumping, and she would sing, and they would come down, and the sword dancers would come up, and the swords would come down, and they would cut themselves up, chop off their hands, and jumping, and she would sing, and then the wooden soldiers would come, and they would sing, and they were wonderful. Would you like to dance the mazurka?
Now see here.
I know. You want I should sing Orchichorny?
No!
We don't want you to sing it.
There's no way out! I go with the dinner.
Then sing it and get it over with.
How would you like I should sing?
Do you mean we have a choice?
Of course. Some people like Russian gypsy style. Other people like Bing Cross-Eye Swoony Scroony style. Suppose I give you a sample.
No, any style. Just get it over with.
Okay, Russian gypsy style.
Let's not pay any attention to him, Charles. Just look at me and talk.
Darling, I have so much to tell you.
What did you say, Charles?
I say I have so much to tell you. A million crazy ideas about you and me.
A million what, Charles?
I said a million plans and dreams.
I don't hear you.
I said a million plans and dreams.
What?
He dreams about you.
Darling, I've waited so long for this moment.
Louder, Charles.
I wanted to tell you I'm going mad without you. I'm practically out of my mind. I can't think of anything but you.
What?
Darling, I don't see I can go on without you.
Will you repeat that, dear?
What, darling?
What, please?
I say I love you.
He dreams about you. He loves you.
Darling, I love you. I love you. I love you.
He loves you.
Oh, darling, I love you too.
What'd you say?
What'd you say? He loves you too.
Oh, darling, I love you. I love you.
Yes, it's a good day for singing a song, and it's a good day for moving along. Yes, it's a good day. How can anything go wrong? A good day from morning to night. Yes, it's a good day for losing them blues, and it's a good day for shining your shoes everything to gain, nothing to lose. It's a good day from all of the night. Now I said to the sun, get morning sun, rise and shine a day. You know you've got to get going if you're gonna make a showing. You've got the right of way, 'cause it's a good day for paying your bills, and it's a good day for curing your ills. So take a deep breath and throw away your pills, 'cause it's a good day from morning to night. Oh, I think a few Hollywood stars might do the same song. First, Mr. Cary Grant. Cary, go! It's a good day. You're singing this song, it's a very, very good day for me with the bone. You see more girls, Josie, and anything wrong. Thank you, Jimmy Cagney. It's a good day, blues and the blues. It's a good day, Buster, with shiny your shoes. Heading again, nothing to lose. What do you say, Jimmy Stewart? Well, I said to the sun, now, good morning, sun, rise and shine tonight. I know you gotta get going if you want to make a showing. Well, you tell him Walter Brennan. Good day, sir. Your bills are here. I tell you, son, don't you wear them pills, because there comes that bad man, Peter Lorre.
I simply, son. Oh, good morning, son. What a lovely day for murder. And I think I'll murder my best friend.
Oh, you cannot murder your best friend. Who can you murder? 'Cause it's a good, good day for singing a song, and it's a good, good day for moving along. Yes, it's a good day. How can anything go wrong? Good day from morning till night.
I'll tell you no lie. How deep is the ocean? How high is the sky? How many times a day do I think of you? How many roses are sprinkled with dew? How far would I travel to be where you are? How high is the sky? How far would I travel to be where you are? How far is the journey from here to a star? And if I ever lost you, how much would I cry? How deep is the ocean? How high is the
Ladies and gentlemen, we bring you Non-Entities in the News, a new and daring television feature, a stark documentary of life in America today, in the air, on the sea, and on the land. A passing parade of the most unimportant people of our time. Science marches on in the quiet little village of Cyanide, Illinois. No one would ever suspect that medical history is being written, but there in the basement of a quiet, modest little home sits the renowned woman physicist, Madame Mercury, working quietly on secret formula 6943, constantly exposing herself to the dangers of chemical reactions. Madame Mercury fights on. Madame Mercury, are you free to tell us anything at all about this wonderful new formula?
Well, it's a little difficult to explain. You see, we are working with very minute particles. In fact, they are completely invisible, even through a microscope. Oh, dear, yes, can't see a bloody thing. And so naturally, this creates a bit of a problem. For in science, when you are working with something you cannot see, it becomes a little difficult to know what you are working with. Dig? However, I can say this. It will be a boon to mankind. That is, naturally, if mankind is still about.
Madam, could you describe one of your experiments to us?
Well, experiment 6943. 3 protons in one test tube and 2 neutrons in another test tube. And we mixed. That will give you an idea of the type of work we're doing.
Thank you, Imogene Coca. Now, in the unruffled little hamlet of Blueberry in Minnesota, the Better Bakers of America, the United States of America, has bestowed upon a little woman the title of Pie Queen of 1949. This little woman is Mrs. Esmeralda Kumquat. And we're very happy to have in person with us today this little woman who knows how to bake her way right into a man's heart. Mrs. Kumquat, congratulations, and how does it feel to be crowned a Pie Queen?
Well, it's all right, I guess, except it's not very nice at night.
No? Why is that?
Well, it's not very comfortable sleeping with this on my head.
Oh, I see. What is it, Mrs. Kumquat, about your pies that makes them so wonderful?
Well, I guess it's my crust. Folks just don't seem to be able to get over my crust, kiddo. No.
Do you have a favorite recipe?
No, I don't. I never wrote anything down. I just let things happen. I sort of put things together. You know, I surprise myself sometimes.
Would you care to demonstrate for us?
Well, I'm sorry. I'd love to. I'd love to very much. You see, the first thing I do now is to put on my rubber gloves. Because I find that rubber gloves, providing you don't wash them, you understand, gives pie added flavor. And the first thing I usually do is just to slip into my rubber gloves and maybe I relax a bit with a little exercise.
Oh, yeah.
Anything. Then I take the dough in my hands and I just sort of meditate and pull everything together and hold the right thought. That's very important, you know. I sort of take everything up and I crunch it like that. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes.
And so, listen, dearie, don't get nervous. I won't get you dirty. I promise.
all right.
So I just keep crunching everything together, and then I always make sure that I have water because I like the freedom of water in my crust. It's a wonderful thing. And, of course, a little, flour just sort of peps things up a bit. I find while working with things, if you just sort of hum a bit, sugar and spice and everything nice, sugar and spice. Anyway, I work with things, of course, eggs. Eggs are very important. I love a good hard egg in the pie, and I just keep mending them together, just working away and believing with all my heart this pie is it. I love to surprise the kids with goodies, Little Johnny always loves to find something in his... Well, take, for instance, a cigar. Now, not every woman would think of that, but that helps the pie an awful lot. Of course, Janie, my other little girl, is just wild about perfume, so if I have anything lying around, I just... Well, look at this now. That would help a pie an awful lot. I just work that in, and then I keep mending and holding the right thought, knowing I won't let anyone suffer by eating my pie. I just love everybody. I know my pie holds that thought in it, I'm awfully sorry. I guess this is just about ready for the oven right now.
Thank you, Mary McCarty. Ladies and gentlemen, Non-Entities in the News is very pleased to be able to present a summary of the day's events at the United Nations. We are very fortunate in having with us tonight the world's most eminent authority on the subject, Dr. Argus Delepidus. Doctor? Doctor, I understand that the English delegate made an interesting speech at the United Nations today.
Yes, he did. He made a very interesting speech. I recall it well. He said, Lords and ladies and gentlemen, His Majesty's government is very confident to have the honor and the honor of the ordnance of forces naval right and heretofore we shall never cross in it beyond His Majesty's empire of North and decay in this and in India. And therefore we shall never cross in a plain of order, never should all collide.
And what did the English interpreter say?
Oh, yes, he said, His Majesty's government is very authenticated and authenticated, very good authenticated important navies tonight in India, very much authenticated important license in a whole authenticated in India.
Well, Doctor, they say that the French delegate had an answer to this speech. Is that correct?
Yes, he had a very good argument. I respected his argument very well. He said, Monsieur, errant plutôt j'arrive dans son rêve du pion, errant ton si de ton arrive je l'aurai, né, sur le front des partout j'arrive dans son le i, et né au et, au rebichul va saint ordinaire, où j'ai vivant, où j'ai saint rue, peut-être y'aurait, d'où j'aurais, où j'avais rien.
And Doctor, what did the French interpreter say to this?
He said, anything is okay with you is all right with us too.
Doctor, the Russian delegate made the final speech, I understand. What did he say?
Oh yes, he said, Краится как лайче про него. За нит как лайче про него зарабло, как его. За хлебче, за нече, как луйка, продувайка, ох ты, не нече, продувайка, рахлече, фляйка, закрывая.
And what did the Russian interpreter say to that?
No.
Thank you, Sid Caesar. Ladies and gentlemen, tune in again next week for more Non-Entities in the News.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you've all seen and heard at some time or other what is known as the torch singer. Well, now, as you know, a torch singer is only happy when she's miserable. I'd like to give you my idea of one of these very unhappy ladies singing a popular ballad of a few seasons ago.
hours. Jim never helps to cheer my lonely hours. Don't know why I'm so crazy for Jim. Jim never tells me I'm his heart's desire. I never seem to set his love afire. Gone are the years I've wasted on him. Get up, honey. I know that someday Jim will look. But you can believe me. Jim, you should have seen Jim 10 years ago. He was just as repulsive then. I'll never forget the first time I saw Jim. He was passing by and stopped to pick up a cigar. But he picked me up instead. I must have been lying there for a good hour in all that mud. Well, I looked at him, and he looked at me, and we both shuddered. Then he smiled. Oh, what beautiful gums he had. Well, I looked at him and I said, what's your name? Jim. Oh, Gad, what a jerk. I know that someday Jim will up and leave me, but even if he does, you can believe me, I'll go on carrying the torch, for 'tis love and love alone the world is seeking. Carrying the torch, for I'm not wild about Harry, not Tommy, not Dickie, but
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to take you back many, many years to the era of the silent film and introduce to you a little lady that existed during such times.
They call me Polly, the pest of Hollywood. I did the best I could to be a star. Of course I can't vamp like neat Rinaldi Woods, but still, in every reel, I make them feel the way that Theda Barrow would. I'm one girl that Valentino missed, One girl he never kissed, he never would. Once the studio asked me to stand in for that grand old actor, Rin Tin Tin, way out in Hollywood. I once was to star with Lon Chaney. I thought, what a hit I will be. But Lon Chaney would not let the picture be shot. He got frightened when he looked at me. One day I was almost discovered. Max Sennett thought I was sublime. He said, kid, you'd be found if you just walked around with a pie on your face all the time. They're jealous of how I can act, but nevertheless, it's a fact. Gee, I can just remember my first part in my first silent picture. It was called Meet Me in the Hen House, Helen, and I'll egg ya on. Oh, it was a wonderful picture. I was in a party scene, and the fellow that stood next to me, well, he turned out to be the villain. Gee, I can remember it just as though it was yesterday. Still, I'm one girl that Francis X. Bushman missed. One girl he never kissed. He never would. You think we ought to get an agent? But I'll show power and I'll show force. I may even wind up as Roy Rogers' horse. Way out in Hollywood.
Well, I want you to know it's quite an honor to have the dance team of Marge and Gower Champion rehearse in our studio.
Well, is this it?
This is it. This is the best in the house.
But is it quiet? We've come here to create a dance, and it's got to be
Absolutely quiet.
Well, that's good. We can't have any disturbances, you
Oh,
know.
no disturbances at all. $5, please.
What's that?
Well, that. I'll tell him to take his foot off the loud pedal and you won't hear a thing.
Oh, well, I'm afraid we
No,
couldn't
please.
possibly...
He stopped already.
Well...
Which pedal is that?
Well, now, I don't quite understand this. These studios are supposed to be soundproof. Oh, I know. They must have left the door open. I'll tell them to shut the door, and then you won't... Somebody shut the door. Now, what did I tell you?
$5?
That's right.
Oh, this is impossible.
Let's go.
No, please, let me explain. You see, this tap dancer upstairs goes at 5 o'clock. Well, it's 2 minutes of 5 now, so in 2 minutes, absolute silence.
You're sure of that?
Like I know my own name. There.
Well, okay.
Thank you, Mr. Champion. Now, don't you two worry about a thing. You're going to have absolute quiet. You couldn't be more alone on a desert island.
Desert island. Huh. Never paid $5 an hour on a desert island. Well, we might as well make use of the time while we're here. What do we work on first?
I thought we were going to work on the new routine.
Well, I know I haven't had much time to think about it. You know, I was wondering if there's any possibility of taking...
You must have noticed when you go to your local movie theater to see your favorite picture that immediately after the feature presentation, they invariably show you the coming attraction for next week. And this coming attraction, well, it's little bits and pieces of the picture designed to whet your appetite and make you interested in this picture so you want to come back and see it. Happened to see one of these coming attractions a few weeks ago. It was about a gangster picture. And there's one fellow. He is in every gangster picture. If he weren't in the picture, wouldn't know it was a gangster picture. He's a good-looking fellow. Whoa! He's tall, handsome, nice. There's one little thing. He's got a little scar. Starts here, goes down around the back of his head. Well, this is the way this gangster coming attraction looked to me. Coming next week, The Killer's Revenge. Sensational, says the Star. Beautiful, says the Bugle. Wonderful, says the Walla Walla Bus Terminal News. The New York Times says, it's nice. Hey, buddy. Your name Pete Stack. Hello, baby. How come you're so good looking? You don't know me, eh? Well, I don't know you either. I don't know your name and you don't know mine. Let's keep it like that. Hey, Bright Eyes. Pour me a shot. Leave the bottle here. Look, I'm going to ask you a little question. I want you to give me a straight answer, you understand? I don't want to ifs, ands, or buts. And after I ask you the question, I want you to forget about it. You never saw me before in your life. You get that? If you lie to me, I'll drill you. Now give it to me straight. Where's the men's room? It's long distance, you know. Hello. Hello, killer. This is Miter. Hey, look, I found out the name of the guy who squealed. Yeah. His name is... The fella's name is... Look, the name of this guy... Look, I gotta hang up. It's too noisy in here.
Why have the children been so good for weeks and weeks and weeks? What is that sparkle in their eye, that color in their cheeks? Look at the great big posters on every fence and wall. The most gigantic three-ring circus makes its annual call. What ballyhoo and build-up, all of the seats are filled up. All the kids are here and they're set to cheer the number one attraction of them all. Here come the clowns, they brought their bag of tricks. And kids from 6 to 65 are having fun. Here come the clowns. You'll laugh until you cry. Merry man rocks the tent when they tumble by. That party knows those baggy clothes. Look at the big one dressed as a cop. They all make a laugh till the buttons pop. Here come the clowns. The air is filled with mirth. Don't miss a thing like this for anything on earth.
We hope we made a little bit of Broadway zoo. Right over the footlights and into your room. Your Admiral dealer extends a fond invitation to his friends. Be back again next Friday when it's Admiral showtime. We'll whip up in no time a brand new review. Till then, goodbye, and your goodbye is Admiral. Oh, the top of the evening to you.
So we ring down the curtain on another Admiral Broadway Revue. Be with us again, same time, same channel next Friday night, when your Admiral dealer, the man to see for dual temp refrigerators, electric ranges, radios, record players, and magic mirror television, brings you another star-studded Admiral Broadway Revue.